Alright, so here I got the Unreal Engine loaded up to start off with. There's some options that you can choose from here. These are some already pre-built games if you want to, like some, bases to start off with if you want to, go into that kind of thing. Um, pretty sweet templates to work off of, so if you're doing your own game, you can work off that as well. I'm just to make a blank scene and you know what? I'm gonna bring on the first person just so we can walk around, take a look at everything. So, and you can set your project right here. I'm gonna name my project. Let's name it Garage. And you want to set the folder to go in. And so I'm gonna go to my project folder, video garage. Hit OK. Just on the master folder, it'll make you garage Unreal and create the project. So there we go. It should, yep, automatically open up for you right there. Alright, I'll pause the video for you guys. You don't have to wait on that. Alright, so here we are. We're loaded up in the Unreal Engine. So let's take a look around in here. Controls kind of work the same as Maya. Alt, left click, you can kind of tumble around in here. Looks like they got a weapon set up for us right here too. A little arm controller going on there. Let's hit play. See what we got going on here. Cool. If we shoot, oh, we get like some tennis balls, some physics going on there. That's cool. All right, enough fun. Too much fun there. All right, so I'll just leave that stuff alone, and let's jump over back into Maya for our little kid here. Let's save this off before we go and export it. And kit 5. Let's call this Unreal Export. So we got this ready. File, send to Unreal, and we want to set the Unreal project that we're going to send it to. And I've got mine right here. Select, File, send to Unreal, Selection. Yeah. Did I hit? Okay, I was worried I hit the send to Unity one first. So send selection, and we'll call this wall 5 side. And export. So exported that FBX. Let's jump back in here. It should be in our content. Meshes, no, not there. Where did it go with it? You know what? We'll just drag it in ourselves here. So we can go file. Let's just do an export selection on its own. Do side 5 wall Unreal export. Let's just call it. All right, and export that. Jump back over here, open up our folder, and Sidewall 5 FBX. Just drag that in there. And then auto-generate collisions, sure. So that's like if we walked into it, the character won't actually just walk through it. It'll like bounce us back. But yeah, everything looks good here. So we'll just Import materials, import textures, we want that. And yeah, let's just import all. And just wait a second. Good. And that's okay, that doesn't mean anything. There we go. And now we need to scale it up by 100. Perfect. If we hit F, we can zoom in on it real quick. Good deal. We'll just drag that up. And there it is. Everything's coming in with it. Very nice. And let's hit play. See how it looks. So there it is. That's how it looks in Engine. You can see we got some bit of the roughness coming on. Lighting is gonna need some work. It's probably gonna look different. It will look different between, this stage and the end stage. Let's take a look. Let's just make sure everything's here. Okay, yeah, so right now we just have the texture on it. We want the normal to come with it too. Lighting, rendering. Let's just collapse all that. We don't need that right now. We are going to want to add a new material to this. Add component. I think it should be in here. Should be able to add another material to it. Let's just take a look. Rendering. And then material. No. Material billboard? Oh, I don't think that's what I want. No, that's not what I want. Hold on. Delete that. Should be able to add. Oh, here we go. Yep. If we just go boom here, create new asset material, and let's call this wall 5 side normal. Save. No, that's actually not what we want. Hold on. Control Z. Let's go back. Well, I wonder why it's not Whoops. What did I do? Hit Control Z. It's my best friend. We'll go back. Let's figure this out. Just having a tough time. Yeah, the normal map isn't on here right now. I'm gonna pause this and figure it out. I bounce back and forth between Unity and Unreal quite a bit, so kind of just I need just a second to figure. All right, we're back. So I know what happened in Unity. No. All right, so in Unity, all you gotta do is you get like a little menu and you can like click new material and you can add a normal map and all that stuff. In here, it actually has like a node editor, and that's what you use for pretty much everything. So we double click that, boom, we bring up a node editor, and then we can actually feed. You got your. Well, let's expand this out. So we got this node editor. So boom, right here you can see that the texture right there is for our texture map, and that's our base color. And we've also working with this normal map here, and so it looks like it is applied. And let me minimize this a second. Yep. So you can see that it turns green here too. So if we click this, we can actually boom feed it right in there. And so it must just be taking a minute for this to load up. I think it's just taking its sweet time loading up. So, let's hit apply. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Yep. Here we go. So, we got the material right here. Looks like it froze up on me. Just give her 1 second. There we go. So when so we're back to the original material that's on there. Um, it's not, Unfortunately, I don't have a normal map on here, so what we're gonna do is gonna do this. Just gonna drag off of it. Actually, we should just be able to take this normal map, put it up in there, bam, and then we'll feed that right into there and apply. Um, hmm, yeah, all right. Let's drag a new one in there. Let's start over on that. All right, you know what? Sometimes it's best if we just start with a clean slate. So let's just try this again. Get that out of there. Bring that back in. Import all. Alrighty. And clear. Done with that. Okay, so back to back to square one. Let's bring this back here. Scale it up. Good. Alright, and then we'll just yeah, so sometimes it kind of Unreal will trip me up because it'll take a minute to like load everything, but it's still working, so it's like you don't know if it's still loading something or not. I wish they would give you like a little window that would say that. Um, Boom. But yeah, you can see that the stuff is here. So, and again, that's just a double click on that. That's just a double click if we're on the mesh itself in the scene. Actually, let's get rid of these here. So here's our hierarchy. Just click that mesh, boom. You got the materials right here. Double click that, and then there we go. So it just must be taking a minute to actually load this up. So let me pause the video for you here real quick, and we'll get that straightened out. Alright, so right after I paused the video, it loaded right up for me. So, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with my my screen capture software, but nonetheless, here we go. We've got our normal map feeding into the channel. We've got our base color feeding into the channel. You can see here, you can see this is from our normal map. It is actually being applied, so that's good. Let me come back in here. And you know, it's subtle, and that's kind of what we want. So yeah, and it's just a different renderer too. So the type of renderer that you're using makes all the difference. So I mean, yeah, if we come back in the Maya, I mean, just looking at it in the regular viewport, you know, it looks pretty awful, right? a little too intense, too much, you know, from what we're going for. But if I render this actual scene out, it would look a little different. Um, Another good feature, Unreal, will autosave right there. It's always good. Good thing to have. So save that. Good. And let's just save the scene. So file, save. No, I don't want to save it like that. Hold on. File, save as, and we'll call it garage kit. And this is just like your regular. It's kind of like a dumbed down viewer. You know, this looks a lot more crisp, a lot more clean when we actually build it out. I'm not gonna take the time to build it, but you can actually see that normal map coming through. We've got it. This would look just way flat if we didn't have a normal map on here, but now we've really got like some nice texture and some height going on with this wood grain, this wood, and I love it. And you can see that the collisions are working there too. We can't walk through it, so yeah, it looks pretty clean. Looks pretty nice. So there we go. So let's move on to our next piece. Hit escape. Just pop out of that viewport real quick. So I'll go ahead and save it. Boom. Alright, let's close this out. Save. Not gonna need that for a little bit. What we got going on here? Alright. So there we go. We got wall number 1 set up. Let's just start building. So wall side, Control D, W, we can move it. Hold V, we'll snap it. Same thing. Sweet, so we got that wall built. And cool. So what I do want to do, they're all labeled. Highlight them all. And we're gonna put them on a layer. I'm gonna call this wall. I guess we'll call it the. Let's say if we were looking at the outside, I'll call it the left wall. It'd be on our left-hand side. So this way we can just turn it on and off if we want to as we continue working. And I'm just gonna grab all these, and we'll hit Control G, and we'll group them up together. So that way we can move this whole thing as a unit, or we can come in here and individually select them too. And if I select one and I hit up on my directional pad, I can select the whole group, and if I hit down, I can go down to, and then if I hit left and right, I can go over up and down the hierarchy. So awesome, I've got that selected. Let's hit insert and let's move that pivot point for the whole group, and hit V all the way over, all the way down, insert, and so that's the pivot point for our group. I just want to make sure that's set up right where I want it. Awesome. Hit Control D, and we can duplicate that group, and we hit E, we can bring up the rotate tool, and we'll rotate along the axis, and we'll rotate it 90 degrees. And but yeah, so we got this corner piece going on. We'll add some trim. We'll add a little something around here, polish it up real nice. So there we go. Then we got the start of our garage. 25 feet long, 25 feet that way wide. So actually, let's go back to our concept. Oh, did I say, I think I said I wanted it 18 feet? 18 feet wide? We might change that. It does look a little small. You know, it does look small in the Maya viewport, but it definitely does look a lot bigger when you're actually to scale in like the engines. So we'll probably just keep it like this for now, and we'll tweak it as we go along to really get that feel right. And when you're working with game engines, sometimes the scale really isn't realistic. You gotta fudge it a little bit to make it a little more realistic. Let's go back up, and I put it in the concept. And what did I say? 25 feet wide. Yeah, it's 18 feet tall, 25 feet wide, so that's perfect. Keep that handy. Great. So now let's start on that facade. Let's start on this. Let's start on the front of the garage. So this is our. Let's go back into that 4 view. Save layouts 4 view. Here's our side view, and this is our front view. Let me see here. Alright, I just want to make sure this is orientated the way I want it. So I'm looking at the front. I want this to be the front. So that's it. Okay, so we'll just move that back. I like having the textures. Nah, I'll keep the textures off. And let me see here. Yep. And hold B, snap it, just like that. Alright. That's better. That's what I want. Just so when we come in here we know where we stand. Alrighty. And so this... Okay, so these are all... I want to add this to its own layer. And we'll name it... If you double click this, you should get a window that pops up where you can rename it. Mine isn't working for some reason, so I just come down here and do that. And we'll name this wall. And we'll say rear? No, okay, back wall. So boom, just that. And then we got that going on. So we'll have to... Can we remove the selected objects? Yeah! Alright. No! Dang it. Here, let's just delete this group. Delete that layer. And, add a new layer. Alrighty. There we go. And now I can't... Gosh darn it. Add selected objects. Alright, there we go. Cool, so we got that set up. Again, working in a non-destructive way. Everything's looking pretty decent. So, how long have I been rambling on for? About 25 minutes? Alright, so I'll end the video here, and we'll start on the facade in the next video. But yeah, thank you for watching. Tune in next time.